everyone. I'm John Kernan. A Supercross extravaganza on RPM tonight. The champ, Jeremy McGrath, is here. We'll talk to him in just a moment. But first, Sunday marks the end of the NASCAR Winston Cup Series annual short track swing. Traditionally, it culminates in close racing, fender-banging, temper-flaring action. But that's what the roots of racing are all about.
We go to Bristol, we go to Wilkesboro, and then we go to Martinsville. 3 little racetracks, 3 little bull rings.
It's Winston Cup Racing's spring short track season. 3 races that test drivers' presence, poise, and patience.
Anytime you go to a short track, you got short fields qualifying, comes at a premium, track position's important, and I tell you, when the race gets started, I mean, there's an awful lot of action going on.
Just making the race is a test. At Bristol, John Andretti and Johnny Benson were among the 6 cars that went home. At North Wilkesboro, the difference between the pole and the last qualifying spot, less than 0.4 of a second, sending Darlington pole sitter Ward Burton home early. And it'll be a similar story in Martinsville. But while these 3 tracks are all just over 1/2 mile in length, each is distinctly different. Bristol is about speed. North Wilkesboro can be won or lost on tires. And the key to Martinsville?
Taking care of the brakes. I think if a driver could go there, any driver could go there, and you could guarantee him you can run as hard as you want to for 500 laps. You don't have to worry about your brakes giving you a problem. That driver would really, really be dominant that day.
Through 2 of 3 short track events this year, dominance has been saved for a few. Jeff Gordon won Bristol and finished second at North Wilkesboro. Terry Labonte second and first. And Dale Earnhardt rolled in 4th and 3rd. For others, short track racing is about survival.
You know, keeping the fenders on it, trying to stay out of skirmishes with other drivers, trying to keep a cool head is real important. Because these little short tracks, you can get the tempers flaring pretty quick.
Yeah, tempers will flare, and you will get a little hot-headed on the racetracks like this. But then again, all of a sudden, we get out of these, and then we'll calm back down. You know, we've got the biggest racetrack that we race on at Talladega, and then we got a road course, you know, which is big. So things will kind of settle down after we get out of Martinsville.
We all love the short track racing, you know. Guys, after the race, you'll hear some grumbling and some moaning about, wow, we don't need these places anymore. But let's face it, this is where we all come from, and we should all be good at it.
Here's a look at how things can change on the short track. Robert Presley averaged a 27th place finish the first 4 races. Bill Elliott had an 11.2. The last 2 races on the short tracks, Presley at 10.5. Elliott has dropped to 24.5 average finish. Elliott's worst 2 finishes of the year have come the last 2 races. Last Saturday night, Jeremy McGrath wrapped up his 4th straight Supercross title, and he joins us now. And Jeremy, it looked pretty easy this year. I mean, how easy was it?
Well, I think the Seattle race was probably the toughest one. But as of the other ones, I haven't got a whole shot in the last couple weeks, so it hasn't been too easy. I've been having to come from like 8th or worse.
When you don't get off the line with the whole shot, you have to be really patient. That's the key, isn't it?
Yeah, I think a lot of the guys forget that it's a 20-lap race, and a lot of the guys try and make their move in the first 3 laps when I think you got to be patient out there, and tracks are really technical, so you just got to watch what you're doing.
Now, I notice you're all pumped up here. You're bulking up. You hired a trainer last year to help you with the outdoor series. You won the 250 Outdoor National Championship last year. Did that, in turn, the physical conditioning, help you on the Supercross this year?
Yeah, I hired a trainer, Gary Simicks, and he came out to California and helped me for about 3 months, and it was a great turnaround in my career because I really, for the first time, dedicated myself to the Outdoor National Series, and it sure paid off.
Now, how tough is it? You know, how important is the physical conditioning for you guys? We see you flying through the air, but also the whoop sections. How tough a beating does your body take?
The tracks are really tough sometimes. They can be strenuous on the body. I think Outdoor Nationals are probably a little bit more tough because we have 2 30-minute motos on those Sunday races. Saturday night, it's more of a technique thing, and I think it's somewhat technical, though.
Do you ever get any little aches and pains afterwards? It's like, man, I don't know if I can get on that bike again.
Yeah, after Nationals, especially on Monday morning, we have sore body, sore back, and got to rest for a day and then get back to the training.
Now, the knack-knack. I know it's a BMX move, but it seems that you've perfected perfected it. What's it feel like when you're out there flying through the air and you step off that motorcycle?
Well, first, a lot of people, they don't know what it feels like to jump a triple. But, I mean, doing a knack-knack is, crowd loves it. I mean, it's a great feeling for me because I like to put on a show for the fans, and I've never crashed at it yet, and I don't plan on it. I've came close, but it's a great feeling.
But the triple's harder, huh? Do you guys have to be a little bit nuts to do this?
No, I think you just need to know what you're doing. I think for someone that doesn't ride, it's definitely nuts.
Now, you've won the 12 so far. 15 make up the whole Supercross schedule. Is it important to win all 15? I think my motivation factor is now winning all 15 races. Last week, I clinched a championship for the 4th year, and I think it's good motivation for myself to, I mean, I'm this close, I might as well try and win them all. You're 24 years old. You're one of the old guys on the series, or one of the oldest guys on the series. A lot of young kids coming up. What about the future? I mean, after you decide to retire from Supercross, is racing still in your plans?
Well, I think once a racer, always a racer. When I'm done racing motocross, and by no means I'm going to quit now. I mean, I'm on top of the world, and I want to keep riding. As long as I can win, I want to race. But I would like to move into four-wheel, car racing later on, yeah.
All right, well, good luck with that. If you can stick around, we'll talk to you a little bit later on. Jeremy McGrath, the champion here tonight, Supercross Extravaganza. Well, after last weekend's fun-loving, non-points-paying event at Rockingham, it's back to the wars for the National Hot Rod Association. On tap this weekend, the 16th annual Fram Nationals at the Atlanta Dragway.
Atlanta's a little bit fickle. There are a couple of grooves for the motorcycles that if you know where they are and you sort of stick with them, you can sneak through there and come up with some really good performance.
Top field driver Corey McClenathan is 165 points behind leader Kenny Bernstein, but he's still focused on the championship.
We're done messing around. I mean, we need to get down and start running some good, low, consistent 70s, and that's what we're after right now. And that's what it's going to take to win not only some races, but the championship. So we need to get back on that consistency track and go out there and not only do the same thing in qualifying, but do the same thing on race day.
Scott Coletta has only one final round appearance so far this year, but he's ready to get back on track.
Everybody tries different things, and it takes them a while to figure it out or go back to what they know. But you're always trying to go faster, so you got to try different things.
Al Hoffman trails funny car leader John Force by 143 points, but the car is not to blame.
The car's exactly where we want it now. I mean, right now, I need to get myself where I need to be. That red light in Gainesville really killed me, so it's going to take a while to get that straightened out, and I don't need any more of those. 1 in 3 years is too much for me.
Coming up on RPM tonight, Ted Musgrave's great run at Martinsville, which gave him a sore jaw.
Jesse, you're next.
I'm all yours.
Save it for the stage, Romeo.
Carol always gives it to me straight. Like when she told me about my...
I told him about Head & Shoulders. Regular shampoos just rinse flakes away so they could come back. Head & Shoulders helps prevent flakes from even forming. You see the difference? You look great.
Thanks, but will it get me this part?
Couldn't hurt.
Head & Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
Hey, break a leg.
Hurry into Pep Boys, where right now you can get any 4 all-season 35,000-mile tires for just $109. Any size. Pep Boys, everything but gas.
Christian Fittipaldi and the Budweiser IndyCar. Hot enough for you?
The secret to a strong finish is endurance. High endurance from Old Spice. It evaporates less quickly than the leading deodorant stick. It also lasts longer, protects better. For a longer-lasting deodorant stick, demand proof. Try high endurance from Old Spice.
There's this college team I practice with to stay in shape. Each one is out to prove that they can hit the Rhine Express. I'm out to prove they can't. Right there. After a day of fastballs, it's Advil for me. Nothing has shown me that it works better or lasts longer than Advil.
For sore muscles, more doctors recommend Advil than any other pain reliever.
I love that sound.
Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
RPM Tonight is being brought to you by Head & Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
Martinsville last spring, Ted Musgrave and Ricky Rudd get together. Rudd spins. His crew doesn't like it very much, so much so that after the race, Rudd's crew chief, Bill Engel, hit Musgrave in the face. That's what a lot of people remember, but Ted recalls he almost won the race. That's the subject of this week's Rear View Mirror.
The Hughes 500 is underway at Martinsville.
I think I remember some of that race. It's a pretty exciting one from what I remember.
It's one to remember, I know that.
Musgrave started 32nd. He was the slowest qualifier to get in. At lap 27, he was 18th. And as you can see, he has moved steadily up to 5th position.
The car was so good that I believe we got written on our notes within 6 laps. I picked up like 14 positions, you know. So that's how good the car was there. It was awesome.
You see Ted Musgrave in 4th spot.
And the rain came, and they red flagged the race for a while.
It isn't raining, hasn't rained for a while, and hopefully we can get a lot of laps in here before darkness sets in.
The thing about it was, you know, the darkness was starting to come in. So we knew that the race was not going to go the full 500 laps there.
We have just been told that NASCAR is going to give the teams a 10-lap warning.
Ted Musgrave is the fastest car on the racetrack. He has moved to 4th and right on Darrell Waldrop's tail. Ted Musgrave has caught Jeff Gordon.
Yes, he has. He is really working on him. Bob, I don't know. Now he gets a good run coming off the turn. He's got a fender up there. He might be able to make the pass.
Musgrave.
Now, let's see if Musgrave can do anything with Rusty Wallace. Can he catch that 2 car?
And Rusty had a good distance on me as well. Okay, I'm turning the afterburners on, you know, and try and catch up.
He's closing in on Rusty Wallace ever so slowly.
And Musgrave is within 3-4 car lengths.
He's there. And he's to the point that Rusty Wallace knows he's there. And that's the most important part. 3rd is the best he's ever finished in the Winston Cup race. He never has won one, but he's right on the back bumper of Rusty Wallace.
Would have been a real good race for the lead there. And one car spun out in turn 3 and 4. Rusty just had enough room to squeeze through before the car rolled back down. And I had to go on the outside lane, slow down. There's a lot of rubber stuff on the outside, and I lost a lot of track position.
Signal now.
10 laps to go.
If that spin, a crash out of turn 3 and 4, and some heavy damage to Ward Bird's car, and that will bring the caution flag out.
The green has just come out. It's a shootout to the finish. Rusty Wallace with a good start.
We're in the hunt. We had a legitimate shot at winning.
He had a real quick car. In fact, he probably had me beat, to tell you the truth, and I ended up winning the thing, and it was a tough race. He would have loved to win that race, and that would have been nice to see a new guy win a race, sure would, but I'm pretty greedy. I like winning all those things.
Yeah, you look back and say, boy, we were just so close to getting a win. But then again, you go back, and you take the car apart at the shop, and there was a big old dent in the radiator from a big clump of rubber or something. It's like, how in the world does this thing not leak? And you think to yourself, boy, maybe glad it was over when it was over. Something might have started leaking, we would have fell out of the race. So you just count your blessings of what you got.
You can find out live if Musgrave finally breaks through the win column this weekend at Martinsville. The Goodies Headache Powders 500, Sunday afternoon live at 1 o'clock Eastern, right here on ESPN. The NASCAR Truck Series swings back into action this weekend at Phoenix. The series enjoyed an explosively successful first year, which has given all the drivers, including series champ Mike Skinner, the chance to become stars.
A lot of dreams have came true. We've been trying to make a name for ourselves in racing for a lot of years.
This one is almost over, and it's going to the book as a Skinner payday and heyday. Crowd on its feet. Checkered flag ball for the 4th time this year on Mike Skinner.
Just never really got that major break. It's always been a struggle, and Richard Childress has given me an opportunity to get that break, and we're just trying to make the best of it.
The creation of the Craftsman Truck Series gave promising drivers a shot in a new and competitive division. Mike Skinner climbed into the seat at Richard Childress Racing and found himself in the ride of a lifetime.
There's so many people that deserve to be here and so few that makes it that it's really something else, you know. How many people can play basketball like Michael Jordan that'll never get a shot to play a professional game, or throw a football like Joe Montana? And there's a lot of good race drivers all across the country, and it's just very, very hard to get a break and get an opportunity like this. I was just fortunate.
Skinner trucked into victory lane 8 times last season. This year, he's looking to capitalize on those wins.
I've always been a racer that, you know, charge to the front, take no prisoners, whatever it takes, and to win. And, you know, it's in a points series, you just can't do that. If you're 10th in points, then you got to run every race like that. But if you've got a shot to win the championship, you've got to use your head. I see a lot of that in the last 5 or 6 years in Dale Earnhardt. He's changed an awful lot, and it seems to surely be working for him. He's had a lot of success, and you know, you kind of learn by other people's mistakes, and you also learn by what other people do good.
Skinner's chief rival for the '96 truck title is Ron Hornaday, a 6-time winner last season.
I think it's all been a really, really good deal. And Ron Hornaday and I have got a great relationship. We're good friends. We race the heck out of each other on the racetrack, and you know, we have a lot of fun off the racetrack.
And let's clear up any confusion. Skinner has Dale Earnhardt's number, but it is Hornaday who drives Earnhardt's truck.
You know, Dale and I are teammates for the same car owner. Ron and I are friends, and we're race against each other in super trucks, but we're in a sense like teammates too. And if we're at a place that we're running bad and I need a little information, he'll give it to me, and I give him information when he needs it. So sometimes it comes back and beats us, but you know, it's a pretty good relationship.
The NASCAR Truck Series Tale of the Tape compares the two big rivals. Skinner won 8 races to Hornaday's 6 last year. Skinner also the edge in top 5, 17 on way to winning the championship. Hornaday finished 3rd in the series points. Still to come on RPM tonight, he's 2nd in the Supercross points, and he's right here. Ryan Hughes is next.
DMX is Digital Music Express. Get 30 different channels of continuous CD quality music with no commercials or talk or DJs. So, what do you want to listen to? Experience DMX for our special rate of just $39.98 for 6 months. Offer valid for a limited time only.
Every time you hear this music, you know Ozark Fitness Centers is about to do something earth-shattering, like continuing one of the most popular membership offers we've ever made, our $10 a month membership offer. The response to last month's $10 a month membership was so spectacular, we're extending it 1 more month and giving you free tanning as a bonus. Join either Ozark Fitness Center location, north or south, and get all the great features you'd expect from the Ozark's premier fitness centers. Sign up today for only $10 a month and get free tanning at Ozark Fitness Centers. Hurry, this offer ends April 30th.
You don't need to drive an Indy race car to experience the thrill of the Indy 500. Just enter the ESPN Firestone Indy 500 sweepstakes. You and a guest will go as VIPs to the race, the parade. You'll tour the pit area, attend the driver's meeting, and win all this free Firestone stuff. To enter, visit a participating Firestone retailer or send a postcard with your name, address, and phone number. But hurry, the entry deadline is April 26th.
Ryan Hughes posted his best Supercross finish of the season a few weeks ago with his 2nd place run at Indianapolis, and Ryan is now with us. Ryan, you guys have Charlotte on tap for this weekend. Out at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, you got to try out a portion of the course today. How's it look?
The track's definitely different. You know, all the rest of the Supercross is usually in 2nd, 3rd gear, you know, sometimes 1st, but today was the first time I hit 5th gear on my 250, and, you know, it's a little bit faster, but I think it's going to be, you know, better and maybe make a little twist in the series.
Now, is it a little bit? It's a little bit longer, right? Is it going to be kind of like an outdoor national type setup, or with a few more jumps?
I think the length of the race might be more like a national, but you know, there's a lot of jumps out there. There's gonna be a lot of whoops, and you know, it's still, you know, kind of tight, but you know, not a little bit faster than an outdoor Supercross.
A lot of jumps to show off, a lot of air time.
Yeah, there's some big jumps out there. You know, I was surprised that they built them that big, and I think the crowd should get a, you know, good show out there.
Now, McGrath has already wrapped up the championship. You're in second place now, pending Jeff Emmig's appeal on the fuel deal at Indianapolis. So is that how you race the final events of the year, trying to hang on and finish second in the points?
Well, I guess second's the first loser, so you know, that's you know, my main concern. You know, I've gotten top 5 this year, then I worked up the top 3, and now my goal is to win a race, and I have 3 left to do it, and you know, I don't want to go in the record books knowing that I was in the series that the guy won all 15 races.
So that kind of eats at you guys, doesn't it, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
You two are friends. We're going to have him back out here. We're going to have Jeremy back out, so don't start any fights, okay? Hey, well, for Kawasaki, the developments, I mean, you guys continuously develop throughout the year, and it's basically the same motorcycle even in the outdoor. How do you think next year is going to play out?
I think it, you know, it'll work out good. You know, this was my first year on a 250, so you know, testing was a little difficult for me at first because I didn't have anything to compare it to. So next year I'll have it to compare to this year, and I think that'll help out, and you know, hopefully our bike will be even better than it is this year.
All right, well, stay there. We'll bring Jeremy back in, and we'll talk about this season, next season. We'll just have a good old time talking Supercross, okay?
All right.
Stay right where you are. RPM Tonight rolls on right after this.
Carbon monoxide isn't the only thing to worry about coming from your tailpipe, because with every stroke of your engine, motor oil is being vaporized into exhaust, leaving less and less protection. That's why there's Castrol GTX 10W30. Of every leading 10W30, Castrol provides the most protection against volatility burn-off. So use Castrol, or watch more of your protection go up in smoke. Castrol GTX, the most protection against volatility burn-off.
How do you keep up with everything that happens in the NHL every day? You keep your eye on us. NHL Tonight, the ultimate half-hour wrap-up of the day that was the NHL. Tonight at 11:30, only on ESPN2.
Jeremy McGrath and Ryan Hughes are back with us, and you guys, I guess, are pretty decent friends, as good of friends as competitors can be. How tough is it whenever you practice together or ride together occasionally, and then you get into a situation where you have to race each other for the win? Jeremy?
Ryan and I have been friends. We've grown up on the amateur ranks the whole time. There was a point when we really didn't like each other, but now we're back friends, and we've been friends for a number of years now again, and it was just the amateur whole scene. We were banging each other, but it's not too tough.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think, you know, when we first started, it's like, you know, we're trying to get to where we're at now, so, you know, there's some jealousy going on, but here now we're good friends, and we ride, and even when we don't ride, we go snowboard and stuff like that, so, yeah, I think it helps out, but on the track, we're pretty serious.
Is it good to have someone like, I know you said you'd hate to be in a series where a guy wins all the races, but when there's a dominant person, that's somebody to shoot for, a level to shoot for, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like for Jeremy, I mean, how hard do you work to make yourself be able to beat him?
I've worked hard my whole career, so I think, you know, that's nothing new for me, but Jeremy, you know, winning the first 12 races is you know, pretty outstanding. But yeah, I'd like to stop that. I'd like to be the first guy, and you know, even though we are friends, you know, I still want to beat him.
Now, Jeremy, how difficult is it going to be for somebody to stop you? I mean, Damon Bradshaw told me once you get momentum on your side and good things happen, it just keeps snowballing.
Yeah, I think, I mean, of course the bad stuff can happen, crashes and stuff like that, but I really think once you get the momentum rolling and start winning and believe you can win all the time, it kind of just happens. It's one of those things like snowball effect.
All right, well, congratulations on a good season. And, hey, second place in the points, your first full year in 250s would not be too bad. Look forward to watching you guys also in the Outdoor Nationals. Jeremy McGrath, Ryan Hughes, and guys, come back on sometime, okay?
All
right, well, what's it cost to race Supercross professionally as compared to NASCAR Winston Cup? Well, take a look at Thursday's Fast Pack. We'll be right back.
Need a few parts? Pep Boys has everything you need.
Have a nice weekend.
26,000 items at the guaranteed low price, tires and service too. Pep Boys, everything but gas.
This is about the virtual office, about breaking the chains, stretching the boundaries, and making the world your workplace. About taking your business everywhere and anywhere. About paging, laptops, cell phones, the internet, and conferencing. And it's not conversation or speculation. This is about how one company can give you the help, hardware, and software to make your virtual office a reality. This is about how far you can go once you know how. Network MCI, that's how.
What's the NFL doing on ESPN and ESPN2 in April? Important business. It's the NFL Draft. This weekend on ESPN starting at noon and continuing on ESPN2 at 7. Continuous coverage on ESPN Net Sports Zone.
RPM Tonight is being brought to you by Firestone, America's tire since 1900. By Pep Boys, 26,000 items at the guaranteed low price. Tires and service, too. Everything but gas. And by Network MCI, how to get modern communications technology working for your business.
Friday on RPM Tonight, first round qualifying for Sunday's Goodies Headache Powders 500 from the Martinsville Speedway. The NASCAR trucks roll into Phoenix, Arizona. We'll check in the desert as practice gets underway. And the Supercross Series takes over the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Friday night, 7 Eastern on RPM Tonight. NASCAR Northwest Tour from last weekend. Chris Cunningham starting the race on the pole. Garrett Evans on the outside pole. Bad time for number 85, Kevin Richards. He got caught up in 4 different incidents before it ended. Defending series champ Ron Eaton spins out after breaking his power steering. Cunningham led 39 laps before Evans in the 64 car made the pass for the lead. Evans would go on to take the checkered flag for the victory. The roll for the pole Friday afternoon, 3 o'clock Eastern, right here on ESPN2. Dr. Jerry Punch, Benny Parsons, and Bill Weber bring you all the qualifying action from the Martinsville Speedway. Bobby Labonte won the pole for the race last year. See if he can do it again. Friday afternoon on the Deuce. That does it for now. Back here again Friday night at 7 Eastern with full Winston Cup qualifying. Good night, everybody.